Anthony Richardson. All right, Drew is our resident Gator guy. Of course, Anthony Richardson was, he had been discussed, perhaps debated, maybe the top quarterback in this class going back into the fall, just because of the tools, right? Just because of the talent. And we saw flashes. There was some inconsistency, obviously, but we saw flashes of brilliance at Florida this past season. Again, inexperienced, but certainly no shortage of talent here. He demolishes the pre-draft process, right? As far as athletic testing goes, by all accounts, he did very well in the interviews. Everything checks out medically. So to me, he is the guy. Particularly leaving the combine, the Colts in particular were smitten with Anthony Richardson, and he has them selecting Anthony Richardson 4th overall. Drew, again, I mentioned you're our resident Gator guy. You're watching the Gators every Saturday as a fan, and then of course you're watching it as a draft analyst. What do you see with Anthony Richardson? What does he do well, and what does he need to work on?
He's got the size, the speed, the arm talent that you want from the position, but he just has to play more, man. I want to see more football from him from every aspect of the quarterback position outside of running the football, because we know he can do that. Whether it be drop back, going through his reads consistently. A big part of his game this past year was he could only throw the one. I've mostly seen him throw from one side of the field, right? You can't be a one-read quarterback. I don't know if that was, mainly because that's kind of the offense that they were running, or if that's just what he was more comfortable doing, right? So, but I just want to see him play more football, man. And by the way, man, I'm just going to drop this in there. I know I ain't trying to mess up the mock draft, but they're talking about the Colts maybe looking at Lamar Jackson. So who knows what happens with that 4th pick.
I was going to get there. I appreciate you saying that.
My bad.
I was going to get there. That's okay. You stepped on my shot a little bit, but that's all right. Slim Charles, y'all boys don't know about that. That to me is the move. Now, of course, you're going to have to pay him big money. You don't get the benefit of the rookie contract. But when you talk about proven commodities, I actually had Lamar Jackson rated higher coming out than Anthony Richardson. That to me would be the direction. And the Colts have not shied away. They have not shied away from trying to bring in a veteran and make that happen. To me, if it's an option and that dollar amount, that guaranteed money is palatable, the cost to acquire Lamar Jackson is palatable, that's the direction I would be going in. But under these circumstances, Anthony Richardson is the pick. What about you, Headley? What do you think about Richardson, and what do you think about the potential of Lamar Jackson going to Indianapolis?
Yeah, I would love the potential of Lamar Jackson in Indy. I know Indy has tried the veteran quarterback route, but Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, they don't have the talent that Lamar Jackson possesses. Lamar's still a young player, but I think Indy, they want to get their guy. I think they're going to stand pat at number 4. Like you said, they have the luxury of having a rookie contract building around Anthony Richardson. He's special with his legs. He can extend plays. He's an escape artist. He'll stand tall and deliver. I think the weaknesses for him right now is getting past his first read and the accuracy issues. Also, he'll force passes. Sometimes he'll force passes. He has a strong arm. He thinks he can make every throw. But once he cleans that up, and I think Indianapolis is a nice landing spot for him. You got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. The Colts still want to run the football, so we could take a little pressure off of Richardson while he progresses in this offense.
Yeah, I imagine for Anthony Richardson, immediate success is going to be based on his ability to extend plays and use his athleticism. It really is going to come down year 2, year 3, towards the end of year 1, assuming he's the starter for the balance of the season, to start to see the progression as a passer, right? Again, he hasn't played a lot of football at UF, right? Immensely talented. There's no question about the arm talent per se, but there are, as you mentioned, Headley, as you discussed before, Drew, there are some issues as far as decision making to a degree. Not as pronounced, in my opinion, as Will Levis with the decision making, but there is some decision making concerns. Accuracy is an issue, you know what I mean? And of course, understanding what the defense is trying to do. So there is some development that has to take place here, but he is that type of athlete, that type of prospect that you're willing to gamble on. You understand what I'm saying? I'm okay with the selection. If the Colts want to go the rookie quarterback route, I certainly prefer Anthony Richardson over Will Levis. That's my personal evaluation to this point. However, Lamar Jackson to me would be the prize. That I would have to exhaust every possibility before I landed on Anthony Richardson, given that Lamar Jackson is available. I don't think it's a potential thing. I think he is available considering the contract issues with the Baltimore Ravens, and I believe Lamar is ready to move on.